Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
No!
Wait. Wait. Because I knew you were going to do that and I totally forgot. I have my plan.
Okay.
Right, I have my plan. You're going to do...
There's only 3 options.
Okay, go. Let's go.
Alright.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knew it.
Nice.
Okay.
Again?
Wait.
Okay.
Wait, I gotta think. Okay.
He has to analyze.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go.
Okay, wait, no, keep going.
Okay.
What are you gonna do next? I think you're gonna do... Okay, got it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. I can't! What the hell?
My 2-year-old, I've been practicing.
What the hell? There's a whole science on this, literally.
What are you trying to read?
So, depending on what you play, what you're going to choose next becomes the actual logic behind the game.
Right.
You don't want to do you don't want to do rock 2 times,
Why not?
Because then you might get it again, like the person might think you'll do it again and then they'll just put paper. Which makes you think, okay, should I do scissors instead? There's that whole little thing that goes, I was doing this with Sati and Manadip and I was winning like 8 times in a row. I'm here and I be losing.
She's just unpredictable.
That's literally the lesson. You don't know what's going to happen with me.
I'm gonna win this. There will be a part 3 to this. Duh. Yeah, well upset. Because I knew you were gonna do scissors in the first one too and I totally blanked out. Anyway, Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome to the Dham Good podcast.
Your favorite Hare Krishna lifestyle podcast. We are your hosts. I'm PREMA'S.
And I'm Narayan.
And behind the camera we have the beautiful Sudevi.
Alright. What is one thing you wish you had learned sooner in life?
Blank. Okay. One thing I wish I learned sooner in life.
Can I start?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. Men. Really. I was very sheltered growing up because I'm Indian. And basically the first person that liked me was I was like, all right, I'm going to marry you. We are a Bollywood movie and we're just going to
sing about
I'm going to fight for my man and get married and whatever. I don't know nothing about no narcissistic personality disorder and no, you know what I mean? Like, and as a devotee, it's like, that whole like submissiveness, that whole story thing. And, so... That's
do you think experience just taught you that? Could you even have learned that? Like if you took a time machine now and you went back and you had like some old like hood covered person and come across you when you're younger, you'd be like, be careful of the males.
Shah Khan is not real.
Yeah. Like would you even have listened anyways? Or is it one of those things where you just gotta bang your old head on the wall?
The thing is, because I'm elderly.
You're not elderly. Stop saying
YouTube
that.
didn't exist when I was in high school.
That doesn't make you elderly.
You know what I mean?
That was like 10 years ago. Maybe.
I wish.
I don't know.
I wish. It's a long time ago. YouTube literally zero existence. Unless you're like, you literally would have to Google. It wasn't even Google at that time. You would have to Yahoo.
Yeah.
You'd have to Yahoo or
Internet
whatever.
Explorer on the World Wide Web.
You'd have to AOL something. Who knows what you would have pulled up, you know what I mean? But now, you go on YouTube or social media, any kind of social media thing, and there's, literal experts that'll tell you about relationships and dating and men.
Okay, so more information.
I had no information about any of that. It was just I saw all my friends have boyfriends. I couldn't have one.
And obviously, your senior generation who has the traditional generational wisdom of thousands of centuries telling you something like, yeah, that's for chumps. You know, like, so, you know, it's a thing.
So that's something I wish what was the question?
Something you wish you
had learned sooner in
Yeah.
life.
Okay.
I wish I'd learned that.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me,
I probably wouldn't have gotten married, I'll be honest with you. Just be an old rich lady
with your purple wig,
yes,
you know, and your 10 cats. 10 cats.
10 cats, and we'd
like
just
the queen.
be so happy. You know, just me
with
and
your $1 million.
me and Mr. Mittens just living it up in our mansion. You know.
Would you have time for a podcast then?
Absolutely.
Take care of the cats.
Cats take care of
Cats
themselves.
take
I don't even
themselves.
care.
That's true. That's true.
You put the food, you put the kitty litter, they do their thing, we do our thing.
Perfect.
We be jet setting by now.
And you blame all this on men. So
Absolutely.
this is all men's fault.
There's
Okay.
a little thing in there. Perfect.
Perfect. So yes. So all the men will
I don't
take a
blame
beating.
it. I don't blame it on men. I blame it on my lack of knowledge.
If I had to say for me, if I had one thing I was learning growing up would be personal. It's kind of like you have that voice inside you and then you just end up ignoring it and going with the flow. I wish I would have learned that that's all a bunch of nonsense. Because I can't use worse words here on this channel.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna bleep it out.
Yeah, bleep it out. I'll be bleep. That's all bleep. I am enjoying the pleasure, this sort of internal energy of just... It kind of sounds weird to say do what I want, but it's not do what I want. It's like do what I feel. Like I'm literally, you know, I don't have to fit into a certain role. And we all have roles. We have to put them on. I'm a son. I'm a friend. I'm a cousin. I'm an employee. I have all these roles that I have to fit on. But all these hats go on a person. And if you get lost in the hat, I felt like I got lost in too many hats growing up. Like I wish I'd have learned that there was an actual person wearing the hat that I had to take care of to sustain all of those ideas.
Right.
That would have been brilliant for me in my growing up years, in my adult years, and just figuring out what I wanted, what I was okay with, what I was not okay with, who I was okay with, who I was not okay with, just personal boundaries. I would have loved to have learned that when I was 20, have like 10 years advance on that. So I didn't have to reach now. I mean, at least it's good because then I don't have to worry about it going forward. Like, you know, some people don't even get there until way later. But like having that young time to like really maximize your efficiency on everything, like your knowledge, your emotions, everything, that's like the perfect time. And like they say, youth is wasted on the young.
For real.
You know, like y'all don't know nothing. And I get it. I'm going to turn into one of those old people that just like young people don't know diddly squat. And I get it now. But yeah, I wish I would have learned that sooner. Yeah. Just
being more of yourself, like finding who you are and
not even being more like you're always yourself, right? But I think like when it comes to like a position where you need to do something or say something or feel something or express something, at least for me, I would like block that out or find a way to rationalize it out of the focus or not say it fully or express artificially but still not really speak or feel or do what I wanted to do that was for me. Like I would do something for my friends, or I would do something for the society, or I would do something for avoiding conflict, or I would do something because that's what, you know, our community is about, like not me. So yeah, that's what I would have liked to have learned sooner, and I thank Krishna I learned it now. Yeah. What about you, Sudevi?
Yeah.
I wish someone taught me how to do makeup earlier on, man. I had to go through a hard time in high school, let me tell you.
I think you look great. I think you look great.
Now I do.
Yeah, now girls on fleek.
What was there something in particular that you didn't like about your
red
makeup?
eyebrows.
Red eyebrows.
Eyeliner.
Yeah.
At one point.
But why? You're just expressing yourself.
I was. But I wish I knew sooner how to do it better.
I'm trying to look
I'm
at
just
your
like looking
eyeliner
at her
now.
like makeup.
Because you used to do this really thick. I never said anything because
you should have.
No.
Yeah, because then they'll be like traumatized. Be like,
because you forever tell that story about getting the mascara award. I wasn't about to tell you anything about your makeup. So She did this really thick eyeliner, and it always pointed like it was like thick and down.
Yeah.
It was always like this, and you always just look so sad. All the time. With this, eyeliner should be up. Your eyes should be like a doe. It makes you more youthful looking. Everything up. But hers was like this all the time.
I didn't know how to do it around my eye shape. That's what I'm saying. I wish I knew sooner.
Like, now it looks good,
Yeah.
Just good or better.
Girl looks great. She knows how to dress. She knows how to walk and talk. She got it all going on.
Yeah.
It was rough times. I'll say the least.
I mean, I'll let you know, everybody's makeup is bad.
Mine was great. Because I never wore any.
No.
Like,
everyone's was bad. Like, I remember in middle school, I remember trying a couple times, but it was like lots of blush. And they only had like 4 colors.
Wait. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just channeling all the men in the world right now. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting the medium. All right. I just desperately need to ask this right now. How do you put that kind of makeup on and not think, what the hell is that?
Because you think what you know is beautiful at the time.
But that makes no sense to me whatsoever. Like, if you're looking at the mirror and you literally look like a clown because you put too much on, how do you not just be like, okay, let's just take this off. We'll come back later. I'm late for school.
There's many
we'll
factors.
Try it again.
There's many factors that's involved. First of all, lighting. Sometimes
Okay.
I'll put something on and I'll be like, oh, you can't really see it, but the lighting is bad. And then you go out in the sunlight and you look like you have sunburn, you put on so
one
much
time,
blush,
right? One time. Like, one time. That makes sense.
That happened to me one time. Well,
but
one time was one
how
time.
can you go for like a whole stretch of like teenage years
That didn't happen
and
for
it
me.
doesn't clock into you like,
No,
you
I'm
girl,
just
you
saying,
look
like,
orange.
Just a couple times for me. Like, I was never a makeup person growing up, honestly.
Okay.
Only I think after I got married then I got into makeup. But there was a couple times where I tried it. And then I was like, and then my parents are like, what is this? And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not doing this. And then I remember in high school, my mom was trying to get me desperately, trying to get me to be more, feminine. So she would, try to get me. So my mom has lighter skin than me, but she kept saying, oh, this foundation is your color. And then it would be, 3 shades brighter than my skin. And then she'd just rub it in and be like, see? Now I'm gray. So, every makeup I wore, I was gray. And my skin, it wasn't, my skin is, combination. So I'd have, patches of dry skin that would show up over this white foundation.
See, how do you continue to do that? I would just take it off.
Continue for very long.
Yeah.
Then it was just, eyeliner. And that was all I did.
Yeah. Message to the young kids out there, y'all listening. If it don't look right, do it again. That's just how it works. Just try it again. Well, now you've got all beauty channels and all that, but
in my day, we didn't have that.
if the line is not looking right and it's crooked.
But for her, it looked great. She loved looking like this.
I did.
She loved it.
Did you really?
I did, yeah.
You were literally like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm telling you.
What is that?
And now I look back at it and I'm like, what is up with that?
That's literally that's crazy. I guess it's the newness of it. Is that maybe what you feel like you fell in love with?
I was wearing that eyeliner for a few years, so I don't know.
Yeah, you did. You really did.
A few years.
It's beyond me.
Want to say anything.
Beyond me.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So in our last episode, we found out that Narayan doesn't know a lot of slang words, even though you seem very hip. Very cool.
I am hip. I am hip. Let's just get that first present. I am. But I do not. I am an old person. Okay, I do not get the slang. The whole. I don't get it. I don't know the words. I'm so stuck on the past. I can't see the future. I can't. I like my old words. I read a lot and all that. But when it comes to this new slang and terminology, I'm literally like, why? There is already a word for this. Why are we making a new one? And then I block it out.
Yeah.
So.
I'm perpetually on the internet, so I know all the cool kid words.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. There's a new one every day.
Every day. So I thought I'd do a slang test.
I like this. Let's see.
So
let's do 5.
Do 5, you think?
Yeah.
Ooh, I picked 10. But let's see.
Ooh, I hope I know these. Okay, don't show me. I don't want to cheat.
I'll pick, of course. Alrighty. So you can ask me to spell the word, Or I can say it in a sentence.
In a sentence, okay.
And then you have to tell me what it means.
Okay.
Okay? So we'll start with an easy one. Okay?
Narayan learned slang.
Let's start with an easy one. Receipts.
Oh, I know receipts.
Yeah.
Show me the receipts.
Yeah.
Which is when...
Like, what are you trying to say?
Like, you'll say something, like... Okay, show me the receipts is like, give me the proof that it happened.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, show me the receipts, you know? Like, otherwise, Pixar didn't happen, show me the receipts.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite like that. But kind of like, when something... Okay, let me put this in a dictionary way, right? It is a phrase used in a situation where one person doesn't believe the other and uses it to ask for evidence of said thing being done. Okay.
Evidence usually in DMs.
Next.
Oh, in DMs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes, a lot of times when it's like, I got the receipts, it's usually some DMs or something.
Okay.
Okay, this is a brand new one here. 8.
8? Oh, I know this one.
Sounds dirty. 8. Like, okay, how do you spell it? Let's start with spelling.
ATE.
I ate. So it can't be that simple because nothing is that. I ate. Okay, use it in a sentence.
She ate that performance.
Oh, that sounds like it's like she really did it well.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ate it up.
When someone does something incredibly well, she ate that performance and left no crumbs. I
like that one. I'm actually gonna tell you.
That's a new one. It came up I think, this month.
Ate it up.
It's a brand new one.
She ate it up. I like that. Because I'm a hungry boy, so anything with food, you got me. What else you got?
Bet.
Bet. I heard bet. Bet is something like someone says something and then you agree to it and you say bet or something like that. It's like, oh man, I had a really good time at the kirtan last night. I'll bet. Who talks like this? Who talks like this? This is what I'm saying. Bet.
Yeah. To agree to something.
To agree to something.
I asked her out. She said bet.
She said bet. What? Who talks like this? You want to go to the kirtan? You want to go out there? You bet. You don't say, yes, I would love to. That would be so nice. No, you say bet.
Next.
2, 3. Okay, we've done 3. S tier.
What?
S tier.
So S-T-I-E-R.
Yeah.
T-I-S tier.
Yeah.
Does it mean, is that an anime reference?
No.
Like S level.
Giving away too much. Let him get
S tier, can use it in a sentence.
That was an S tier pizza.
That means it was really good.
Yeah.
That means it was like S tier, like special class.
Yeah. It's a rating higher than an A.
Oh, rating higher than an A.
Like really good.
Okay, S tier pizza.
May have originated in Japan.
Aha! I knew it!
Alright. How about slaps?
That slaps?
Yeah.
Means that's good? It tastes good? It was good. Something good. Mm-hmm. That slaps.
Everything's good.
Everything's good.
It's pretty good,
like
right?
it slaps. Because like you're slapping your thigh like, hot diggity, that was good. Is that...
Yeah, when something's really good, usually in reference to music. Right? Like that song slaps.
Music. Oh, the song slaps.
Yeah.
Can anything else slap?
Yeah, it could, but usually it's in reference to music, right? Yeah. I have other ones. I say it for everything.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that meal slaps.
There's another one. Bussin'.
Bussin'? Bussin'.
That's an old word.
Wait, bussin' is when your makeup is good.
What? No.
No?
That's like
that means it's bad. It's like busted.
Yeah, like food.
Yeah. Like that song was bussin'.
Can the song be bussin' and slap?
It's bussin'. It slaps. Yeah.
Okay. You see, we're learning.
That meal was bussin'.
What is bussin'? Who talks like this? This drives me crazy. What is the etymology of the word? Where does it come from? Like, what bussin'? What is busting? Bussing, like a busboy busses the
you
table.
won't get this one. Chuggy. Which I've never heard anyone say in real life. But apparently this is a word.
Chuggy.
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 You want
How
me
do
to
you
spell
spell
it? Cheugy. Which doesn't...
Chuggy.
Chuggy.
Man, I had that paratha that was kind of chewy. You know, like, it sounds like something that tastes chewy and weird. A chuggy or a chuggy sounds like chuggy. Oh, that's chuggy. You know, like, oh, that's gross. That's dumb.
What is it?
It means old and outdated.
So you call it.
I liked your train of thought because it led you to the right. See, you are. Yeah, you got it in the end, kind of.
Did it?
Isn't that what you said in the
I
end?
did the parada.
The first
Starting with the
see,
chewy
gotta
parada,
start with
and
food.
then
You
it
gotta
just
start with food.
ended.
Chuggy. So you call someone chuggy?
You can call somebody, usually
you are such a chuggy.
older people. It's like, oh, you're chuggy. You don't know what's going on. That's so outdated or whatever.
Respect your elders. Call them that.
Shall we move on?
Okay.
Do we want to do one more?
I want to do one more. I like these.
All right. Okay. Simp.
Ooh, a simp is a loser.
Why is he a loser? Why is that person a loser?
Okay. Well, I don't know. A simp is a loser if he's just a general gentleman to a woman. Or a simp is somebody who's I guess it's a man or male, however you identify, but who is overly soppy to a girl or to a thing or whatever. Why are you simping for her?
Yeah.
Which I find it weird because everyone's complaining about men being the patriarchal, but if a man's too nice, then he's a simp. Yeah. So I don't know, we can't win. We just can't win. Right?
A simp is a man who would do anything for a woman, even though they aren't in a relationship.
Oh, yeah. So that last part.
Yeah.
What if they are in a relationship?
Then he's just in a relationship.
Okay. Can you simp in a relationship?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if you do anything for the girl you love, you simp?
Yeah.
Why?
That's crazy.
Isn't that great?
There's another term for this.
Oh, there's another one. Really taking advantage of the fact that I can't edit nothing, huh? I can't edit none of these words out. He's just like, I'm gonna just buzz them out. Just say all the words.
God. Sue me. Alright, what you got?
Okay, I had one more. Cap.
Cap. I know cap.
Okay.
Cap is cap. Wait, what is cap
No
again?
cap.
Oh, no cap means
Okay.
cap? I think it was no lie or something like that. It's like all these words seem to sound like they just agree to things. Because it's like, oh man, that paratha was good. We're on parathas now. That paratha was good. No cap. Means like absolutely verifiably true.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of these words are just words using for agreeing with somebody.
Yeah. Well, do you want... I got another one. Yeet.
I never got yeet. I never understood yeet. Yeet is like when you throw something.
Yeah.
That's it?
Throw it out or to leave quickly. I gotta yeet out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is yeet like the sound of like a car going like yeet? Is that what it is?
No.
Anyways, how did I do?
You did good.
I did good so far. I did good.
You say
Yes.
you don't know, but you know.
I know. Well, I don't know the new ones.
But you figured it out. You got there. 8. 8.
8. I ate it up. I ate that slang test up. So yeah, I did it. Okay, I'm not such a chuggy after all.
There you go. See? It knows.
All right, what have we got next?
Okay, so now we have our Hare Krishna hot take.
Hare Krishna hot take.
And
dun
this-
dun dun.
This has been on my mind the last couple of days, and I thought it was important to talk about.
Okay.
And it's about the safety in Mayapur in the era of social media.
Yes, you were very passionate talking about this in the pre-meeting.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I agree with it.
It's something that's going on right now, and I think we could all benefit from. And I think you've been here, the two of you have been here the longest.
Yeah.
You've been here longer because you were born earlier.
She was born here.
I was born
You
here.
were born here.
Yeah, I was born by the river, literally.
So, I mean, you definitely know what it's like living here, growing up here. You've heard the stories.
Oddly, it was safer back then. That's the craziest thing to me.
Yeah?
Except for that one incident where a kid got kidnapped on the road or something.
What?
Yeah, one Gurukul kid or something.
Got kidnapped?
Or was trying to get kidnapped.
He was trying to get kidnapped.
Like, you know.
Wait a minute.
You
The story
had me
is
and then you
quickly
lost me.
descending.
Sorry.
Please take me!
Trying to kidnap him. This was a while ago, though.
Okay.
This was like 12 years ago.
I never heard of this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened?
So what
Did he-
happened?
Did
What
he
was the story?
disappear, or what happened?
No, he was just walking down the road early in the morning, and someone on a bicycle tried to like get him into a sack or something. And then, like it was something weird. I don't remember the details because it was so long ago, but yeah.
So someone on a bicycle tried to get someone to get into a sack on a bicycle.
Yeah.
That I've heard some abduction stories before, but this is a new one. Can you imagine wobbling on the bike? You know, I'm not trying to make fun of the incident, by the way. No, that's just a little crazy. But okay, aside from that, Mayapur used to be quite safe because we were quite smaller at that time. Everyone just knew everyone, and I think Mayapur now has just gotten quite big, and like people are now getting the space to kind of like somehow become isolated in their lives, even though Mayapur is still quite small.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can live your whole life in your apartment, nobody knows who you are, nobody sees you, it's like fun. Back then,
Right.
like you show up with your choli half an inch above or below it's supposed to be, got at least 3 Maharaji's on you.
Yeah.
Like there was the eye of Sauron that was just like looking at everybody, which in a way was kind of like, I didn't mind it. Like I just played by the rules. I was like, fine, you know, like I knew how to play the game, but we were a lot closer.
Mm-hmm.
And we had less of us, I guess. There wasn't that many young kids. There's so many kids in Mayapur now. Like,
Right.
it's really like, I don't know, safety in Mayapur. And with social media, like everything's out there too. Like, you know.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel like people come here and they're like, it's the Dham, everything's wonderful and magical, and not realizing that there's people that come here and they have
Very
certain
different intentions, yeah.
You know, like, I'll be seeing kids just walking by themselves on the road, little white kids. I'm like, do you have any idea? Like, yeah, a lot of people here are pilgrims, but there are some people here with some bad intentions. Like, I've heard a few stories. A kid that got kidnapped, and the guy was leaving through the main gate entrance. This is a while ago, and they only had that main gate entrance. Thank God the security said, open your bag, and the boy was inside.
Really?
Really? Really?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Here in Mayapur.
Here in Sri Dham, Mayapur.
When was this?
Oh, this
Yeah, I remember
was a
some.
while ago. Yeah.
I was just getting some sabji and a whack it up and like,
You know?
what?
Or like, I was hearing a few stories yesterday about like people, you know, they do the whole like, I got some candy, I got this, I got that.
Oh God.
You know, and the kid's like, okay. And then you go and like, and you know, I mean, I guess this, for me, like I started thinking about it when I saw a video recently about some people sleeping at Mathura train station. I don't know why they were sleeping there. It could be they were waiting for a train, maybe they're homeless, I don't know. And they had a baby, like 7 months old. And you can see in this CCTV camera, right, the security camera, a man walks past them, turns around, picks up the baby and walks away.
Krishna.
My heart, you know, as a human, as a mother, like, I would have murdered everyone and then killed myself.
Oh
Like,
my God.
I could not tolerate just waking up and seeing my baby gone, you know?
Wow.
Thank God a security camera caught that, because then they did a search, they found the baby, it was in some BJP politician's house, it's a big thing. It was a big thing.
What? Okay, I
Yes.
feel like that's a whole political stunt kind of
It
thing.
was like crazy. And they were like, we wanted a boy. So somebody stole one for them.
What the hell?
Yes. So, and you know, there's like, I mean, people, it doesn't seem like it when you get here, you know? But people come here and they could be part of a slavery thing. Sex trafficking is still a thing.
Organ thing.
I
just
remember,
heard about the organ thing.
I remember when I moved to Mayapur and the organ thing was a big deal. Dead bodies on the side of the Ganga. Not here in Mayapur, but like, you know, not far from here either. So it's like, you may come here and you're like, Shri Dham Mayapur.
I love that song.
I do too.
I love that
It's
song.
my favorite song.
Yeah.
But, no, but like people come here and they have certain intentions that are not holy. And I think it's really important.
Okay, so let's break it down. What are the elements, right? We can't stop people coming to Mayapur.
No, absolutely not.
No, right? Like, there's just no practical way to do it. So, I guess that's just like pretty much impossible, right? Because like in America, if you're a sex offender, you're registered. Everyone knows who you are.
Exactly. We know where
and
you
then
live
like
and whatever.
pre-warned,
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, I guess with sex offender, that's one thing. But like, you know, you have like a track record, right? Getting into schools is very difficult. Here in Mayapur, which one thing I am grateful for, I don't want Mayapur to become Americanized, because then it just becomes super institutionalized, super like, you know, vigilante kind of thing. Like one of the blessings of Mayapur is that you're a little bit off the radar. You can just chill a little bit. You can still haggle at the shops. You still know your people. Like there's still a little bit of that crunchiness to life that's like village life. But for me, I've always been shocked. I've heard stories of parents coming to Mayapur and just leaving their kids and then going. Yeah. And that to me is quite shocking. Now, I don't know how that
Mahaprabhu will take care. Like,
no, I mean, like, I don't mean to judge, but like, is there a rationale?
I judge you.
Okay, I judge too. But you know, I judge. But I mean, like, I try to be as understanding as I possibly can. Is it like, what's the rationale? Like, I'm only going for a week and coming back. That makes sense. I'm going for 6 months. You're on your own. Or is it like, yeah, because I see little kids, they be walking around. Yeah. Quite a lot. And they don't see the danger. And it affects the girls mostly too. Like what you were saying, we had an incident with one of our girls. Somebody had tried to get very stalkery up on this girl. And it was just something that is a little scary, you know? Like, how do we even begin to untangle all that? Like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, safety in Mayapur, I don't know.
Because there was that whole, you know, there's that one level of anybody can come and do anything with anybody. Especially, I think, honestly, Mayapur might be the most diverse community in India. Yes. You know? Yes. We have a lot of people from all over the world, a lot of white people, you know? Yes. With your beautiful blonde hair and your beautiful eyes. We got it. Okay? That makes you even more of a target. Yeah. You know? People definitely want you for any reason.
Like, you even see it financially. Like, stuff
and it
in
makes
Mayapur
me sound like
expensive.
I'm paranoid, but like, let's be realistic also, you know? These things happen. I mean, there was just that story that I told from like 2 weeks ago. That's not even a white kid. Yeah. That was a train station kid.
Yeah. I mean,
and then there's that whole layer now with social media. So we've kind of...
Okay, so that's kind of crazy. Yeah. Yes. So, like, I think... Sorry. I'm gonna probably say some things y'all gonna be hella triggered by, but social media is the devil. Right? I think if the world is already descending into the chaos it is, this is just one of the flows. You know, like, if you don't want to get too religious about it, but, you know, like, we all know Kali Yuga is progressing. Yeah. It should not be an excuse for anything, but if we already know it's descending, why speed it up? Why push the gas pedal? Like, you're a kid, you're on social media, what are you doing getting text messages from random people? What are you doing? Like, social media should be something that I think for kids, and a lot of kids are gonna really have a problem with this one, but, like, you know, who are you talking to? Mm-hmm. This is stuff we learned when we were a kid too. Like, you know, when you first got onto Facebook, you start chatting to your friends, and then your parents come and they give you a whole shout about on who is this friend, and then you go and then you grow and you learn, and like, that's just like a thing. But nowadays, social media is so widespread, anyone can access anything. Right. So what does that mean for our girls and boys, you know, like, especially the girls? I don't know. I think social media nowadays makes things so accessible. I mean, before Instagram used to be a place where you just put up your pictures. Now you can talk to people, you can buy and sell. Like, I don't know. I think so. Would cutting social media off make the problem better?
Well, let's consider also parents have social media. So this particular person that we're talking about, I mean, there's pictures of them and videos of them that they'd never put up. Somebody else did, you know?
Okay.
So I think just as a parent, I think it's really important to be careful of putting pictures of your family, especially if you have children and they cannot consent to being on social media.
Okay, I don't know about that whole consent thing. Like, for me as a lawyer, like, this whole consent thing has gotten, like, way blown out of proportion. Like, consent has its place.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, what, it's going to stop me from, like, putting a picture of my family going to Rome or something? Like, I think the actual problem is not what you put out there. It's the level of access. Like, some creep sees my daughter's photo, fine.
Yeah.
But at the moment he starts...
Really.
No, not really. Not really.
So nasty.
No, not really. Like, you know, there's things like put your page on private, you know, like that's one thing. Yeah. Like, you know, block off access because you're already putting up your pictures for people to see. So there's no point in removing that. Otherwise, what's the point of social media? Mm-hmm. So already you have an intention to put up your pictures for people to see. You don't want weirdos to see it. Make your pictures private. Fine. But the real problem is when these people try to create contact back in. Right. That's when you need to have a block. Too many people can way too easily strike up a conversation with you online. Yeah. Facebook, Instagram, MySpace, Twitter, a Snapchat. Like, it's way too easy to get someone's handle and then say, hey, how are you? And then the other person says, hey, whatever, I'm fine. And then it says, then it goes, and before you know it, you have a means of contact. Then personal information begins to give. What do you do? Where do you live? How do you live? Oh, do you want to meet up? Like, if you're just seeing pictures, that's fine. You can control that. But I don't understand. I mean, if I want to be my old, you know, chuggy, judgy self, you know, like, is it a youth's generation, or young people's generational need to, like, make friends and be validated, that they look for that thrill of the unknown, that they'll just talk to a random stranger, or they think they can control it? I don't know.
I don't think there's a lot of people, young people, that'll just chat up any stranger that says hi.
So how does this happen?
I mean, they'll literally... I think there's something to be said about putting out too much information. So don't be like, this is my school, or whatever. You know what I mean? This is my building. You know what I mean? Or whatever you do. You know, like, don't give out that kind of information where people can see where you live and see what, you know?
Okay.
I think there's something to be said about that. I mean...
So then why don't we just bring it back to old school?
I remember, like, when Twitter first started, and everybody was literally, they would be like, at the grocery store now, #food, you know? And now I know you're at the grocery store, you're not at your house, I'm going to break in your house and steal your TV.
Done.
You know what I mean?
Done.
This is how it was, and then I think now it's just toxic. now Twitter has evolved into just being toxic.
Yep. Never got on it. Proud member.
But in those days, it was literally like, at the gas station, you know, #petrol or whatever, you know, like, literally all the time. It was things. So I think you have to be very, very careful about what you post, about if you're a parent posting about your kids, you know.
I have no problems with this.
I mean, for me, like, I don't mind. I'll post like a few pictures of my daughter, but I don't want to be like constantly putting pictures there. And then some gross guy's like, I like your daughter. You know what I mean? He figures out where she lives and he's coming to take her away, you know?
You guys got a little traumatized from the Mathura scoop.
Man, that thing was terrifying.
Yeah.
And I've been to that Mathura train station and there's so much going on there. It's crazy. Boy. That's a whole nother thing. But like, it's not great. But I think, as a parent, to ensure safety for your child, you don't have to, like, they don't have to be on all the social media. I know you love them and you're proud of them, but some things you can just keep for yourself and enjoy
also,
for yourself.
Like, right. But
because
then,
it's
like,
really not hard
but is
for
that
them.
realistic?
Yes.
Is it realistic to tell your child now in this
No,
day
I
and
mean
age-
you as a parent taking pictures of your child and videos of your child and whatever. Like,
yes.
I'm not talking about parent telling the child. I'm talking about you as a parent.
Okay.
Because some parents really be out there like every little thing their kid does, it's up there, and then somebody sees that as like a marriage.
But you can't control that. Like, there's
whatever.
also people that put up their stuff and nothing ever happens to them.
Just be smart.
I mean, I guess
Everyone
be
should
smart,
just be smart. Like,
be a little bit more private.
don't be like, well, my kid's ugly. I can just do whatever I want. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I think it's the kids. Like, as a parent, I see no issues because you're in control of what you post. You know, you are there, you're involved in the process. For me, what is scary is what the kids are doing without their parents knowing.
Yeah.
Because then there's no support. Something happens, like, you know, what are you going to do if your kid gets, like, you know, abducted in a basket and then goes to security? Like, if you're a parent and you know where your child is, you're involved, fine.
Right.
But at what point, like, you know, that's what makes me think, like, you know, bring
This
back...
is so weird that we switch sides. I'm sorry, because look, I'm doing my leg
I
like
like
you
my
now.
side.
How did that happen?
I like my side. Yeah.
My leg. I put my leg up. This is your move.
It just feels...
Something about it feels right.
You're right.
Weird.
Yes.
This is so weird.
I don't know. I'm feeling very, like, talky. I'm feeling in the zone. So
Yeah.
I'm on your side.
Yeah.
You gotta switch it up.
You should zone out now completely. Rainbows.
Woo!
Sorry, you were saying.
I was saying something now. I forgot. I was in the zone.
About the children.
About the children and the things.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know. There's nothing that can be done. I'm just like
You think everyone should just, like, they should just
there's
expect
just nothing
to
be done. I'm just one of those, like, fatalist, nihilistic, like, what can you do now?
Just let the whole world descend
Like,
into anarchy.
unless you just, like, wipe out Instagram, social media, which
Yeah.
you're gonna get people killing you over. Like, you know, what's gonna happen? Like,
Yeah.
unless you're the kind of parent that teaches your children, don't go on or don't give them a phone until they're a certain age.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how long that's gonna last for in this day and age.
Yeah.
Then all you've got is your old school grandma wisdom. Like, you know, the girls walk with the girls. They don't go out at night. You know, they kind of like, you know, the boys learn to give some space to the girls so that this doesn't happen and everyone stays by themselves and that's it. But that's also, although very practical, not realistic. So I don't know. Like, that's just... Is it one of the things that we can just blame on management? It's like, oh, management's not taking care of it enough because this happened,
No,
you know? Like,
I mean, how would management even know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. This one's a scary one, you know?
Yeah.
Know where your child is. If they play, know where they play. If they're going to have a phone anyways, call them up, you know? I think parenting is incredibly difficult. If I was a parent, I would probably be one of those parents that have something happen to their kid because, like, I feel I'm the kind of person to be like, oh my god, I'm so exhausted taking care of this child. He wants to go play with his friends. Go. I need a minute. You know, like, I think parenting is exhausting. I think we undervalue so much what it is like to take care of a child, of a life. And, like, because, like, I was having this conversation with my friend Sati, or was it Jal, I think, and I was all like, oh, you would be a great father. And I was like, yeah, but only in the Hollywood moment. When I take my daughter and I sit her on my lap and I read her some book, you know, or when I take my son and I teach him how to do something, when we're all sitting together. What about the day to day to day to day to day? I don't want to eat that. I don't want to go there. No, I hate you. That happens on the majority of the scale. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
My kid reaches a point, you know, I want to go hang out with my friends. Okay, child, go have some fun in peace. I'm gonna, you know, take a break. And then something happens, you know, like you never catch a break.
Yeah.
I think parenting is incredibly difficult. So lock them up, you know, like, that's my thing, you know, like.
Keep them in a tower.
Keep them in a
with
tower.
No doors.
Marry them off, and let that be the spouse's problem. You know? Like, there's a system for all these things. Because, I don't know, social media is the devil. I'm telling you, it's everywhere. You want a business? You gotta have yourself on Instagram. You want to reach out? You want to travel? You want to learn something? You gotta get on that smartphone. Ain't no Nokia gonna cut it. You want to apply to a university? It's all through online. You know, you want to build your career.
And they check your social media.
They check your social media if you want to get a job.
Yeah.
And on basis of what you post on Facebook, you're going to get knocked or you're going to get promoted. You want anything. You want to buy something on Amazon, you have to go social media.
When you meet somebody, the first thing you do is check their socials.
Check the... Well, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't.
The first thing. I mean, like, in a relationship.
Oh, in a relationship.
Yeah. It's like friends, I don't really care.
In a relation... Okay, that's
friends,
sense meaning.
Not a big deal. I will not check. But if I meet somebody that I have, like, an intention, definitely
what's going on? Exactly. Like, social media. It's social mania. It's like... So what can you really do about it? You know? It's something that I guess we just have to, like, save a drowning ship. It's like trying to get the least amount of damage. Make sure you know where your kids are. Kids, if you really do care at all about your safety, do not be texting strange people, but they like the attention. So that's another thing that comes back to parenting. Are your kids validated enough in your parenting lifestyle that they don't need to feel... Because that's where it starts, right? Ooh, someone new talking to me. I know certain kids that would be like, delete. Like, who are you? But some kids are like, oh my God, my parents never talk to me or tell me they love me or whatever. Now this person's giving me attention. I'm just going to sink into it. And then boom, murder.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. Is it all parenting? For me, social media is just like a cancer that you can't remove. Unless you do like me, bodhisattva, and you just like delete all of it. Now. Because like, back then I was up on all the Facebook, on all the Instagram, everything. So I don't know. That's a scary one.
Yeah.
What would you do? Like, you know, for Padma? I don't know. I'd be scared.
I mean...
Not to put you in a mania. like...
Murder everybody and kill myself.
Yeah.
Like I said, parents should be careful about what they post about their kids. Everything needs to be set to private. Friends only. Do not add somebody unless you've met them and you know they're not crazy. Sometimes you meet people and you're like, okay, this person's a little unhinged. You know what I mean? That kind
and your
of thing.
kid be home by 7.
Yeah.
Anything that happens after dark, I'm telling you, is like, 10,000% chance there's some bad gonna come out of it. Like, in the daytime, like, you can run away.
As a child, like, what should you do? Like, again, you don't have to tell people exactly. Don't put the little location, Mayapur, location, Mandir, location, da-da-da-da. You don't need people knowing where you are, you know? You don't need to tell people what building you're in or what your house looks like or which room at the Rasamrita Kunj you're at. Or, you don't have to tell them what school you're in, what your hours are, what your classes are. Because they'll use all of that information and act like, oh, I'm your friend and I know all this stuff about you.
Even that's the thing about young people. They're so trusting.
So I'm telling you, be smart and don't talk to people you don't know, you know.
They don't
Set
care.
your thing to private. I'm trying to give them advice.
I'm just I don't believe in it. They're so trusting. They're so sweet. Children are beautiful. And it's so easy to manipulate an innocent person.
Okay, I wanted to say this though. Okay, because somebody brought up a point. I moved for this. Because somebody was like, because I was saying like how I kind of feel bad for people. We were talking, okay, basically, and somebody was asking some Western people a question, and they kind of blew this guy off, right? He was a visitor. And they were like, and this person was telling me, like, oh, those Westerners shouldn't have done that. We're a preaching movement or whatever. And I was like, listen, everyone is entitled to their privacy, you know? When we talk about us being a preaching movement, it means that on Saturday, I put on my Walmart sneakers, and I put on my, my temple garbage bag sari, and I go, I got my, handful of books, and I personally will go out and dedicate a few hours to distributing books or being in the Harinam or whatever. But here in Mayapur, Westerners don't have that privilege of saying, I'm dedicating my time to Sankirtan. Every time they step out, you can't expect them to be a Harinam devotee. Sometimes they just want to go grocery shopping in peace. Do you know what I'm saying? So please don't think that because you, a child, you're going to school, you're going home or whatever, and somebody asks you a question, you have to answer because we're a preaching movement.
Wait. Can I just get a little clarity? Because now I'm not to say I'm the opposite, but if somebody asks me a question, I will always stop and help. like if somebody says, like, I get a lot of Bengalis that'll be like, oh, mondire kotai take.
Yeah, and then you're like, this way, and you carry on,
Yes, or I will actually, no, sometimes I'll actually have that. At one point, like, I actually helped some old burima, and she was like, I need to use the restroom. I was like, okay, hold on. And I took her to the chakra building. I told her, this is the bathroom. I waited for her and her husband, came down. It's like, for me, it's like a pleasure to be of service to people who come to the Dham. That's different, right? And then there's the other category of people that come up to you with their phones and cameras trying to take pictures of you. I personally don't mind, right? I don't mind being a source of inspiration for somebody who goes and tells a friend, hey, I met a white person. Because we are like aliens to them.
Yeah.
This is another thing that I would like to bring to the awareness of Western people here in India, what to speak of Mayapur. We're like aliens. I remember Jayada Radhika Mataji telling me how the people in the village surrounded her because she had blonde hair. They had never seen someone with blonde hair before.
Right.
Is literally like an alien.
Yeah.
We come from the West. Everyone comes to our countries. We've seen all types of people. Right. We've seen Asian people. We've seen brown people. We've seen black people. We've seen white people. We've seen red hair, blue hair, green hair, short, tall, and everything. But for this very rural community, you have to kind of be smart about understanding how much of a shock factor you are just as a person existing. You are in my country, India, in the middle of Hicksville, Georgia, which is equivalent of Mayapur, West Bengal, and you are wearing a turban and tilak and kuntimala and dhoti and kurta, and you are preaching our name and you're praying to our God, and you live here and you marry here, and all we want to do is go to the West. I need to talk to you. Like, what is that? There is a real genuine curiosity that I feel could be very expertly, like, manipulated. Kind of like, you give them the answer, that satisfaction. They're like, hello, where are you from? They're not asking for your address. Be like, I'm from America, and I love India. And you walk away and you leave them without these, like, little, that little blush, that anime, like, ooh, like, they love it. You don't need to give them all your information, but I think it's a fine line between not giving too much information, but also preaching in another sense, like, it's all about India. We love your country. We love your philosophy, because all they want to do is go to America and live that life.
Right.
Like.
I mean, but the thing is also considering, I mean, a lot of these kids didn't choose to come here.
Okay.
And like I said, I feel like they're entitled to, if they don't want to say anything, they shouldn't have to say anything just because we're a preaching movement. They're on duty.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like 24/7, they have to answer people's questions.
No, but if
us as adults, we have that choice. We can do anything and everything we want.
Yes, we have that duty, 100%. Not choice.
If I was a white lady, hello. They be seeing on billboards everywhere.
You are a white lady. You are a white lady that got way too suntan.
They would like, I'd be like, give me that camera, y'all interview me, come. Like, every time. And this would drive me crazy during the festivals, because they literally, all these camera crews will come from everywhere, and they're like looking for the whitest lady they can find. And I'm like, hello! Over here! Hello! And the lady's like, no, thank you. And I'm like, look, I'll talk. I have something prepared.
Prema Rupa's missing out, y'all. You get the scoop on Prema Rupa.
Because I'm older, I can consent to that. I'm an adult. You know what I mean? But a child who's kind of dragged here by their parents, they can't help it.
It's not like that. Can you not make it like that? Like they hate being here.
Some people
then it's good for them, because kids don't know nothing. Okay, Mayapur is the best place on earth.
They don't want to talk to people. They just want to get their little 7-Up or whatever they drink and then go home, or they just want to eat their sandwich and go home. They shouldn't have to talk. I'm just saying, because sometimes, because we're always told it's a preaching movement, talk to these people, they feel like they have to answer the questions, whatever they're asked, and be helpful, or I'm saying you don't have to be helpful. If you don't want to.
And also, kids also are
and don't tell
the
people
rudest.
Where you live.
Yes.
Just be like, over there, and just go. Where's the temple? Over there, and just go. You know what I mean? Where's this?
Without being
where's
rude.
The Goshala? Over there, and just go.
Without being rude.
Yeah.
In a kind way.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Yes.
Just, you know?
It's a balance. It's all a balance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not going to
learn
sit
to
here
be
and tell
nice,
you,
but also
don't
learn
be
to
on
have
social media
your
because I feel like
privacy. No, don't be on social media.
I feel like if you could tolerate not being on social media, don't be on social media.
It's so worth it. Please get off social media. Like, at least get off Instagram.
But if you're going to be on
Facebook.
social media, just be smart about what you post.
And subscribe to our channel. If you're gonna be on social media, at least be useful. Yeah. Subscribe to our channel.
We're trying to hit 200. Hello.
200, please. We'll do a dare that the community decides.
Yeah. Yes. Community's choice.
And I guess that's all we got for our hot take.
All
let us know if you agree.
Did you have any? You haven't contributed at all.
Yeah. What you got, girl?
I just feel like nowadays...
She's triggered by this whole conversation.
Side topic, in my opinion. I just don't see how this would change, like, children's mentality nowadays to, like, stop being on social media. Like, they're still going to be oblivious to the fact that things are unsafe until they actually experience something in their lives.
Exactly.
That way.
Exactly.
So it's not something you can... protect children from nowadays. It's just because it's become so normal and, okay. And just because Mayapur is considered more of a safe space, people don't necessarily worry about these things until actually something happens to someone.
Exactly.
Or they experience something in that sort of sense. So what I feel like is just important is for children to be aware of how, like, on social media, for example, when I was younger, I used to always talk to people online. It was something I actually enjoyed, like through video games or whatever it was. It's something I always kind of, had a connection to. And that got me to a place where I did not want to be.
I hear you, girl. I was the same.
So it's really up to, the adults to tell the children that this is potentially things that could happen to you that you need to be aware of. But then it's in their hands because they're not going to tell their parents because they're going to be scared. So
that's what I'm saying. Children don't do anything. It's up for the parents to make the parents are not the children's friend. Yeah. It's like, I will tell you, but I will also do what needs to be done, whether you like it or not, for your safety. It's not like, hey, Johnny, you know that social media is really bad, right? Don't talk to strangers. And then the kid's like, yeah, whatever. And then that's it. Like, no. Social media is bad. And also, I'm putting a child lock on your damn phone. And that's it. Whether you like it or not. And that's it. That's the end of the conversation.
I feel like if parents have a transparent sort of relationship with their child, where they can feel trusted and safe, saying anything they really want, that's all that you need to be doing.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
Honestly, that's everything you need from a relationship, is to have that safe space to say certain things that may be scary. Because if you lock that out, then they can get into certain things that they don't want to be in. So at the end of the day, I'm sure children are aware nowadays that, don't talk to strangers, don't answer random people's messages on your social medias, keep your accounts private, yada yada yada. I'm sure they do that, and even if they do, there's still ways to kind of go around that if someone really wants to.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying it's also parents, adults' responsibility to
cut the rot.
Limit their own personal. You don't have to show every time your kid or some other kid does something. My husband does this all the time. I'm like, you need to stop this because a lot of these people are strangers. But I may not be on social media, right? I can cut off everything. But if I have a parent who's constantly showing, oh, look, Prema did this today, and she went here today, and she did that today, what to do?
Yes.
So, and this is a problem also.
Just when seeing social media is the devil, no one's listening to me.
It's not just the kid's responsibility, it's everybody's responsibility. That's what I was trying to say. It's everybody's responsibility to be smart about what they put, especially in this community, where everybody knows there's Western people here. And we're so easy that they just have to come to the temple at a festival and see us right there, Or no, if I just go to the international school where all the white people are, they're right there,
And then what do? We're going to build a wall?
Just be very careful about what you post. If you feel like someone is acting inappropriately, or if they're stalking you or whatever, tell somebody.
Report him.
Tell someone. And if that person says it's not a big deal, and please, not your best friend Patty, not Susie and Patty. All right.
For sure, don't tell Vanessa.
Not Vanessa. I'm talking about tell an adult, tell your parent, tell your teacher, tell a CPT member, tell anybody and everybody until somebody says, all right, we got to do something about this.
No, but then they'll get in trouble.
No, you won't get in trouble. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
That somebody else was a psycho and decided that you posted a picture of a bird and it meant they were in love with you, like, or whatever.
So that's what we have for today. Please let us know what you guys think.
We have time for sage advice. What's our time right now?
It's at 1 hour 4 minutes.
Okay, so that was it. That's all we
have.
We
don't have time for sage advice.
We don't have time for a sage advice. But let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Like, what do you think of our children's safety in Mayapur or wherever you live?
Safety of anybody, for that.
Exactly. What ideas do you have? Like, what do you think we should be contributing to?
Yeah.
What do you think we should be talking about next on any of our other podcasts? Be sure to definitely let us know, because your comments are very important to us. We always would like to do this as a service to you. Let us know what you want to hear, and we'll try our best to make that happen.
Yeah. So be sure to check out the links below to find out more about us. You can watch us here on YouTube. We also have Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts.
Thank you, everyone, for watching our show.
Be good to each other and be good to yourselves. And
thank you for being damn good.
Here it is, this week's Harinam.
Haribo.